Well, greetings, YouTube model people. How's it going? Okay, coming at you here with a stash ads video, a big one. So that's really all we're going to do in this video is show you stash ads. And I have about, if I'm going to do a quick count here, 11 things to show you here. Okay, there we go, folks. Sorry for the delay. Just a dramatic pause, I guess you could say. So grab a beverage of choice, sit back, relax, and hear me bang my gums here with the stash ads. So first thing I'm going to do is most of these items came from a hobby shop while I was traveling. If you remember the story from my last video, we will cover those second. I have one kit that came in off the internet, and then the decals came off of eBay. So we're going to cover that one first, okay? So here we go. The first thing we're going to show you is a good one. It's a big one. It's really going to be something else. I don't know when we'll get to it, but it's going to kind of commemorate. Maybe I'll do it 1 year from the trip that I took. So we got this one, folks. The big A380-800 jetliner. And we had to get the British Airways jet because I couldn't get the one that I flew with, which was Emirates. You can see it's a Revell level 4 kit, 1/144th, 163 parts. You give some specs about the A380, very interesting. It has like 22 wheels on this thing, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I tried to get the Emirates kit off of Amazon, no luck. It's just been on hold forever, so then I saw this one pop up and jumped on it immediately. So yep, we have the kit, and then even more importantly is we have the decal set, and this came off of eBay. So yep, we had the Emirates A380 decal set, and I say, man, that's one big decal. Well, I'll tell you what, that's because this goes on the bottom of the plane, believe it or not, the big Emirates sign. So there you go. That is a really exciting purchase. And again, if you remember, I went to a very once-in-a-lifetime trip back in May of this year, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe in May of next year, to kind of mark the 1 year anniversary since I took the trip, we'll dig in on that build. That sounds like a good idea to me. We'll see what happens. Nothing too exciting here. Now we're going to go to start off with, not too exciting, just some decals, but this is the stuff that I got. Very spontaneous trip. I was able to barely sneak in some time in between other activities. I wasn't this past weekend. It was the weekend before of the July, basically 15th, 16th, 17th. I was able to go to the Midwest for something, and I got to find myself in, for a little bit, Rockford, Illinois. And within Rockford, Illinois is a place called Royal Hobbies. And if you can find yourself to pass through there, or you live near there or something, definitely go check it out. They have all kinds of stuff in there, different hobby stuff in there, certainly a good array of model kits, different unique stuff in there, you know, balsa wood kits and such, and railroad stuff, and, you know, tabletop gaming stuff. I mean, you name it, they have it. The only thing I would say is if it was slightly disappointing, which was no big deal, they still had a good variety and all the things you maybe expect to see, was their car and truck model selection was really, they didn't have anything that what I would call vintage, right? Certainly they had some pretty awesome kits, no doubt. But as far as like really unique and vintage, nothing really there. But anyway, so we first picked up this just to have a kind of a, I don't know where we would use them, but I wanted to get the post office, FedEx Express, and UPS decals and Ryder, just a shipping thing. You know, I have no idea where I'll use them, but I thought it would be cool to have this. I've never seen it before. So again, this ain't too hard to find. This is for the Gopher Racing decal set, so I'm sure you can find it out there somewhere. So we got that. We'll start with some odd things. Kind of like, you know, this is a sideline thing too. This is in 1/35th scale. I got some dumpsters here in garbage cans, recycle bins, I guess is really what they are. And I may use one of these for my zombie diorama to put on the side of the building or whatever. If I was really clever, I maybe would have a zombie come crawling out of the bin with the garbage in it, I guess. But, you know, we'll see what we do when we get there. But this is from Mini Art. So it's one of their little 1/35th scale, again, kits. So going on, we have, I'll say something I think is pretty unusual for the end. But going into the next thing, we have, if you know me, I've been doing like the Bandai group builds. I like to build the small ships. I don't have a lot of room to display stuff anymore, really, guys. But so I go into like the one, you know, I don't even know, 1/144, 1/200 scale, or even smaller. So I didn't have this one, so I got the Y-Wing Starfighter Bandai Star Wars kit. Super cool. Neat little kit. So again, it kind of helps me kind of complete that, or start to get closer to completing that series of scale of Star Wars Bandai kits. So then we went and got some these small little like figures and such. And I mean, it's amazing how I think they're pretty cheap for what you get. So you know, I think they're very well detailed and very cool. Something a little different. So this is called Whiz Kids is the company, and there's a pretty angry, ferocious looking polar bear. I'm not too thrilled that he has kind of an angry look on him. So, but that's all right. I mean, whatever it is. And you know, I almost think that if he's got his mouth open and doesn't look too happy, I might have to make it look like he just had a kill and put all kinds of blood down the front of him and his teeth and such. So, but I have no clue when we'll get around to painting that. And look at this, $5, right? With all that detail, pretty good for $5 in my opinion. So, moving on, we have some more wildlife stuff. This is pretty cool. We have a very, very majestic looking stag here with a full rack here. Very cool. Again, very detailed. And again, $5. Not bad in my book. Another one we got from again, these small figures are just so cool. And I already did one of these bigger things for a different kit. The Tonto figure kit had one of these with it, but much bigger, of course. So it was fun to paint one. So I decided to get a smaller one. Is a American bald eagle. So you can see, very well done, very well textured. Another $5 kit, and it even comes with a little pedestal. You can put it in flight if you want, which I definitely will do. Okay, so getting into a little bit of craziness and a little bit of a fantasy world, but believe it or not, this one's only $7.99, $8. But I just like stuff that looks cool. That's all, guys. I don't have any particular. I mean, there are sometimes things that I really do have a connection to, but most of the time it's just stuff that I think looks cool. So here's a dude who looks pretty cool. Talk about looking angry. So it's like this dragon thing. I'm not even sure what it is, but that was only $8. So there he is, sitting there, curled up. I wouldn't want to mess with it, I could tell you that much. He looks pretty serious. So, yep, very cool, very detailed. Yep, and again, who knows when I'll get to any of those guys. It's hard to say. Here's something I thought was cool because of the scale. Really neat is this 1/100 M4A2 US medium tank from Zelda. I guess that's how you say that. Company that probably most of you are familiar with a little bit. Again, 1/100 scale. So I just liked it because of the scale. You can see it's a pretty good detail for something that's so small. It's all sealed in the box and everything like that. And it really wasn't that much. $6.49, right? So not too bad, right? Something a little different. And let's see. Well, again, I think I'll save something I think is a little bit more rare or unique for last. It's not this, but I thought this was cool. I remember when the hobby shop near my workplace was around. Sadly, they closed down about maybe 12 or more years ago. And they had been open since like the mid-70s. Really a shame because they had a bunch of these mini craft model kit of private or basically aircraft. So I got the 148 Piper Super Cub plane. I just thought it looked cool. You know, I never built a Piper Cub before. I like the color blue. It's very cool. And then they had, again, they had other. These are some of the others that are in the series. So as I said, when I had the hobby shop that I used to go to, basically, yeah, they used to have a bunch of these different ones. So, yep, that's again a mini craft model kit. Now, here's the last one. Again, something I think is a little bit more unusual, and I don't know when we'll get to it, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to build it, and I guess we don't worry about that just yet because we're not getting ready to build it. But this is a 1/48 scale Glencoe models kit. So I don't know, Glencoe isn't exactly the easiest stuff to find, and it's this U.S. Coast Guard rescue boat in 1/48 scale. How cool is that? Again, something pretty neat. Again, Glencoe models. And it talks about the history of the boat a little bit. And then they show you one that's basically on display. And there you go. You know, Benny down there. It's down in part of the New Orleans Historic Society. So, again, I don't know that I would build it like this. It's pristine, museum kind of quality, or whether I'd make it look like it's here, rough in the seas and kind of weathered and stained and you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's it, folks. That's the stash ads. I hope you enjoyed that. It was quite an experience going into that Royal Hobby shop, Royal Hobbies. They were so nice to have to. They shipped basically all that stuff to me, which I thought was super cool. No problems, no questions asked, and came in perfect shape. The guy there was great to talk to. He actually had that store in that location for like about 36 years. And then before that had another location for like 4 years or something. So they have been there a really long time. And again, they have a real interesting collection of stuff. And it was just a real joy to kind of talk to them a little bit about the, you know, about the hobby and about the different stuff that's available and all that stuff. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will be talking to you later. Okay, cheers.